Hey, it's Cindy Mack with Anderson Alley Style. I was getting ready to put a floral arrangement together in this huge blue and white vase, and I thought I'd take you along. Normally, I just start going for it, but today I'm going to use a little bit of a grid with this painter's tape just to allow the florals to have better movement and flow and not be too one-dimensional and flat like a pancake. You can use chicken wire for a grid. You can use floral foam to hold them apart. There really are no rules. Well, I suppose if you were formally trained, there are a lot of rules, but we just wing it and go for it. And I think you'll be surprised how easy it is to have a professional looking floral arrangement using hardly any money or formal technique. Now what I'm doing here, I'm not doing a square grid per se, I'm just trying to get some tape in there to hold my florals apart and allow them to lay rather than stand. Let me show you what I mean real quick. All right, so our main focal point of this arrangement are our thriller will be the bundles of faux peonies. Now this is a little bit of a cheat because they are in bundles, therefore they've already arranged them to give them pretty good dimension and movement, but it still isn't enough. Okay, so if I were gonna put this in a vase, just put them together, put them down in the vase. Do you see the flat pancake effect we're getting there? Where with grids, or if you can just do it in your mind, angle them into one another. And then see the dimension and the movement and the flow we get. That's a pretty easy way to make sure you don't just have a flat floral arrangement to where you have good movement. I think that's the biggest mistake I used to make when I first started and what I see others do. They just have a flat arrangement. We need movement, we need flow. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our thriller, which is our big peony bundles. We're going to use spiller, which will have good movement, spilling. And this is just pieces of an old arrangement I had that I just trimmed apart. You can clip, say, garlands and things. You can take little pieces from them to make filler. We will also be using some of these delicate little roses as filler and the natural dried weeds. They literally are weeds. Jay Petit always has his eyes open for me to grab anything that I can use for arrangement, and he'll pull over on the side of the road in the country and grab weeds. They work so great. Now make sure it's not something that you're horribly allergic to or something like that. You don't want to grab a poison ivy up or poison oak or something. But usually, at least where we live, the weeds in the ditch make for great dried elements. Okay, nothing fancy, nothing too planned out here, but this is going to give us some places where we can place these florals in to give them good movement. All right, you can start with, a lot of people start with their spiller pieces, and they would just start putting those in around the edges. But I like to start with my thriller. It's gonna be the floral that has the biggest bang for the buck. So I'm gonna put the peony in there, and the tape will kind of hold it. And another bundle, I'm gonna cross that over this way. And then I'll put another bundle pretty much in the center. Whoopsie. Let's get away from me here. Okay, just with that, we already have some pretty good movement because that tape's holding it and letting everything angle. So now I'm going to add some of the filler. I've clipped some of the roses individually. They came in little bundles. They came in bundles like this. So I am going to use some of these individual stems just to place in here. Now I don't have to worry about getting the filler down in the grid because my peonies, the main focal point, are in the grid and it will hold your filler pieces. And as I arrange this, the back will be my least area of focus because when I set it on the table, this will be the front. The part closest to me will be the front. I think I want to keep this as a bundle and put it in here. You want different heights and different textures. I'm going to grab some of our natural element here and start placing it around. Now this is a messy process, y'all. You're going to have, if you're using dried flowers or dried weeds, you're going to have some crunchy mess around, but we can clean that up afterwards. Let's see, I want some longer pieces in here. Now I like a lot of height, dimension, flow in my arrangement. I do love minimal, say you had a tulip or something and you just wanted minimal layering here. That's so beautiful too. But for this, I want a lot of different elements and a lot of movement. I want there to be a lot of interest because I'm using it as a centerpiece on the coffee table. Okay, I see a lot of empty back here, and even though that won't be the front, people will walk around and see it. So I'm gonna add some spiller in here. Get some more greenery and filler. That's actually acting as a filler as much as it is a spiller. All right, I'm gonna add some more of the individual little rose stems in. And now I'm gonna grab a few pieces from behind me of spiller because I'm not sure if you can see, but I have a pretty dead area here. So I want there to be some interest and I want there to be some spilling at the front of my arrangement. Okay, there's still some dead spots, some dead airspace here. So I'm gonna take some of the individual stemmed roses, put it right in there. Perfect. I can't see down in it. I can't see the blue tape from my angle. As I put it on the coffee table, when I move it in there, if I see any like empty spots, I'll fill it then. Now I'm going to grab some more of my filler with the natural element, not ailment, element. So I think some height right here is pretty good. Now try not to be matchy-matchy. You know, we don't want anything to look, we don't want this too balanced is what I'm trying to say, because then it's just going to, even if we have a million different heights and layers, it's still gonna fall flat. So we wanna be pretty random here. Okay, I feel like I need I don't wanna go too much more here because this is getting pretty circular, pretty patterned, and I don't want a pattern. So I think I'm gonna fill a little in here. We'll grab some of my small greenery first. Some more little filler. I need a little more movement and a little more fullness right there. Good. And then I'm going to clip another piece of this dried. I would like to have some of, let me flip this over, turn this over. I would like to have some of the dried floral buds, dried weed buds, and not just a stem here for some added interest. Okay, and I think I'll do this coming a little angled. Oh, that's nice. I'll show you guys when I get done. We'll set it on the coffee table and you can see. Okay, this has great movement. It looks full from where I'm standing. I'm gonna go set it on the coffee table. We're gonna have a look at it and we're gonna see if there needs to be any little tweaks or any little changes made. See how that easy that is, y'all, though? Just try not to make anything too uniform and too matchy-matchy, and you can have a beautiful arrangement at very small cost. I got the faux florals off of Amazon. You can hit Hobby Lobby or Michael's when they're having a sale. And this literally came from the side of the road. And the little fillers are just things I've collected through the years off of garlands and other arrangements. All right, let me go set it in there and let's see what we have. And there you have it. I just carried it into the living room, set it on the coffee table, and I think it turned out pretty well. And you see how fast it is. Like if you just make yourself a little grid, it goes so fast. And now you can see the spiller, the thriller, and the filler at different heights, different angles. Nothing too patterned, everything pretty random. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this one up and we'll see you next time.